and trying to cut up field, swarmed over is number 23. Not on our roster, but doesn't really matter, does it? So Lynbrook will come out and line up 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line, their own 10-yard line. We don't keep track of the yardage here, but I've got to believe that they're in negative yardage, or maybe 10 yards. Pass out in the flat, stripped away, but they're not going to call the fumble, as down with it was number 22, Chris Fisher. And it's a loss on the completion of about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the clock here to see if they just keep it running here in the second half with a 41-0 Mountain View lead. I don't think anybody feels that there's going to be a miraculous comeback in this ball game. As on offense, the Spartans have been unstoppable, and on defense, they've been impenetrable. Good pronunciation on my part. Impenetrable. I'm just going to leave it alone. Give to Victor Shue, and picks up maybe 2, gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Cordero in on the tackle. Joel Cordero. Brother to Brian Cordero. Quite the athlete here at Mountain View High School. And Joel, an excellent football player. Bencomo to pass from the shotgun. Now he'll run. He's got some room, and he's got the 1st down. Makes a nice little move out at about the 25-yard line. It nets him another 10 yards. He gets out over the 30. And there is a flag down at a clip against Lynbrook, and it's unfortunate because Bencomo with some great individual effort on this play. Nice little move right about here to pick up some additional yardage, but an illegal block, a clip called on the play. It backs it up, and we'll see how much damage this does to them as they continue to move the football back. It will be 3rd and 8. So rather than a 1st and 10, a 3rd and 8 for the Lynbrook Vikings. Chris Bencomo from the shotgun again. Bencomo bobbles the snap, and all he can do is fall on it. And that was probably the smartest move he could make. Gives the punt team an opportunity to get out there. It will be 4th down and about 13 yards inside the 10, say at the 7. Clock continues to run, and I believe they're just going to allow the clock to run here in the second half. Kind of a euthanasia rule, forced here by Chuck Camuso. As the opening drive is taking almost 4 minutes off the clock. Nice punt by Imai, and it's out over the 50 and pushes Mountain View back into their own territory. They'll set up shop 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. That will stop the clock in order to move the chains, and the only reason they're doing that, I believe, is because they have to move the chains so far. It's about a 50-yard move by the chains. And now the clock starts running again. Manson under center. Give to Nelson. Nelson picks up about 13. Gets inside the 45-yard line down to about the 44. It'll be 1st and 10 Mountain View. And timeout called by Lynbrook. Breaking the action, 7:50 to go here in the third quarter. Mountain View in the lead, 41-0. Shout out to some of the fans here at Mountain View, some of the younger fans enjoying opportunity to be on prime time. Having a good old time out here. It's absolutely beautiful day. And oh my gosh, I'm on camera. And we're back to action now as Carry by Trevor Hooper. Hooper picks up about 4 yards. It will be 2nd and 6 for Mountain View. Just inside the 40-yard line. Mountain View has not been stopped on offense today. They have scored a touchdown on every single possession. They give to Hooper. Hooper tries to get outside, cuts it up, picks up some good yardage, carries a couple of Vikings with him, has the first down, and is down inside the 30-yard line. Or actually just outside the 30, my apologies, at about the 31-yard line. Another look at it from the reverse angle. See the give to Hooper. He looks for a hole and then cuts it back against the grain, picking up some good positive yardage and a first down. 1st and 10 Spartans, 6.5 to go here in the third. Manson under center. Give up the middle to number 42, who is not on our roster. Maybe they just came out with a whole new roster and just did not want to tell us. Let me check the handy dandy fall sports program that I have right here in my hot little hands and see if they've got a number. No, there's no 42 in the program either. So we're just kind of dazed and a little bit confused. Give to Hooper. Hooper tries to cut back into the middle and is brought down. It will be 3rd and 7 for Mountain View. And the Vikings are looking to stop Mountain View for the first time today on offense. Here's another look from the reverse angle on this carry by Hooper. See him trying to cut it back into the middle and then brought down. About a 2-yard gain. Manson looking to pass, blocked away, tipped away, and nobody could come up with it. And a good defensive play by Lynbrook there. It'll bring up a 4th down. And on the incompletion, they do stop the clock, so it's not a clean running clock here in the third. There's 4:55 to go, and they will stop it on the incompletion. Fourth down and 7. And a flag flies, and it's too much time, I'm sure, against Mountain View as they kind of took their time coming out from the huddle. That'll back it up 5 and make it 4th down and 12. And the Spartans will just come back with the same play. They're ready. No need to call another one. It'll work with 7 yards. It'll work with 12 yards. Manson the short drop, throws over the middle, and it's tipped and caught. A nice catch by number 81, Jeff Eckenhoff, but it is short by about as much as the penalty was. So it picked up about 7, which is what they needed on 4th and 7, but being 4th and 12, they come up 5 yards short, and they are stopped for the first time today. Another look at it. Nice play by Eckenhoff. He Ends up, as we said, though, about 5 yards short of the first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Lynbrook Vikings. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Ben Como from the shotgun. Ben Como almost calling it, seems like an audible from there, letting the receivers know what pattern to run, and they had the man open early. Turnbull stepped in front of it, Matt Turnbull, and almost had the interception, but for a second it looked like they might have had a receiver, but the receiver wasn't looking for the ball, and Ben Como saw that he was open but couldn't get it to him. Another look at it from the reverse angle. Ben Como looked like had his man open. Made the quick pass and not turning around. Number 22, Chris Fisher. And sniffing the ball out was Matt Turnbull. He almost had a nice little interception there, but just couldn't hang on. It's 2nd and 10. Ben Como from the shotgun has the ball over the middle and unable to connect with Greg New as he was open. But Ben Como couldn't get the ball to him. 3rd down and 10. 3:32 to go in the third quarter. Ben Como looks downfield and tipped away by Lamb. He kind of rode him a little bit to Sean Amai, as Lamb a little aggressive on the pass coverage, but they're not going to call anything on that with a 41-0 lead. Lynbrook Viking cheerleaders doing the funky chicken, one of my all-time favorite cheers. Lamb deep to receive the punt. Sean Amai to punt. High end over end kick that hits at the 45. It takes a Lynbrook hop, and Lamb decides to take it and is going to take a lick because of it. Brought down by Sam Shue. And Lamb feeling it just a little bit as he was pummeled from behind. At the 35-yard line, Mountain View will set up 1st and 10. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Manson with the give to Hooper. Around left end, Hooper with some room, just choosing his holes. He breaks out into the open, and he could go. Nobody's going to catch Hooper. He kicks in the afterburners and strolls into the end zone for the touchdown. 47-0 Mountain View, as Trevor Hooper came around that left end and then just picked a hole, any hole. Found one to his liking, scampered into the end zone, and making his way back to the bench is Mr. Hooper. Another look at it. And Amai tried to catch him, but nothing doing. As Hooper was into the end zone.